Alright guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play Mystery Shard only Champion Spotlight. Today we're going to be talking about Guurda Bogbrew. She is one of the heroes that you get from logging in for a very long time, so it may take a little bit of time to get her unless you're lucky and pull her, but she is actually a really good hero. She is great for this Mystery Shard only run, and she has some really good skills that are going to really help us out. She's great in Hydra, she's great in Doom Tower, she's great for a lot of things, and surprisingly enough, she has done a lot of things for us. We actually used her in Spider in Doom Tower as well, and yeah, there's some good things about her. So let's check her out and see what she does. All right, so her A1, she attacks one enemy, has a 60% chance of applying debuff spread effect, taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies under weakened debuffs, and then decreases the target's turn meter by 10% if they're not under any buffs. So that's cool. She's got a turn meter reduction as well. Attacks all enemies, has a 80% chance of placing a 25% weakened debuff for 2 turns. After attacking, has an 80% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs for 2 turns on all enemies without weakened debuffs. These poison debuffs cannot be blocked or resisted, so that's even better. Has an 80% chance of removing 1 random buff from all enemies, then has an 80% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Also removes 2 random debuffs from all allies. That is a sick skill. Basically, you're going to get a bunch of debuffs removed from your team. You're going to get 1 removed from the enemy. So if you have those annoying block damage skills or, unkillable, all that crap, it's all going to be gone. Then whenever an enemy receives a debuff, their turn meter is decreased by 3%. So that's actually really cool. So you're going to give them a bunch of debuffs and decrease their turn meter. Really bad for Bommel, so don't bring her in there. But otherwise, awesome. She does have a resistance in arena battles by 65. We never use her in the arena, but hey, you never know. And then we have her in Brimstone just because we are going to be using her in Faction Wars. Otherwise, I might have considered something else, but in Faction Wars, she's the only one that's going to have Brimstone on my team, so we are going to use her for that. As far as Masteries go, we did go down a basic tree, down to offense to War Master, and we have her in a support tree so we can get her some accuracy and a chance to extend the duration of any debuff, so that way her poisons take a little bit longer. And we also gave her an extra chance of actually placing them, and we have the little 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of skills, which is very nice. Now, as far as artifacts go, we went for accuracy. We want her to have as much accuracy as possible. So yeah, she is in an accuracy set. It's a mishmash of items. We really just went for the accuracy itself. We didn't really pull it from the gear. We do have crit damage on her gloves. We have defense on her chest, and we have speed on her boots. We have her in an attack ring, an HP amulet, and we have accuracy on her banner. A lot of this was just kind of thrown together. We want her to stay alive, and we want her to do her job, and that's kind of what she does, to be honest. So it works out really well. Total stats for my Guurda Bogbrew is 49,900 HP. She's got 2598 attack. She's got 3466 defense. We just got her to that 200 speed. She's got 89% crit rate, 187 crit damage. She's got 131 resist and 273 accuracy. Honestly, I would probably start pulling from her damage a little bit because she really doesn't do that much damage. She's mostly about the poisons and all that stuff. I would honestly probably put more into her defense and into her accuracy and remove some of this crit damage. It's just what we had at the time and what we decided to put her in. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have extra attack, so whatever. Either way, she's 61,000 power. Let's test her out and see how she kind of handles herself. No, we don't want that. Let's go in here. We'll go to an arena as we always do. We'll check it out and see if she can handle herself in here. Let's do a refresh. I don't know who I would specifically bring her in for. I mean, this could be a good option. I mean, maybe we'll bring her in here. So we'll take out, who are we going to take out? We're going to take you out. No, we're going to leave her. We're going to leave you in there. No, we're going to take you out. So this is kind of like a really good kind of mishmash team. You've got speed up, you've got freezes, you've got shields, removal of debuffs, and we've got poisons and some other stuff. So let's say we're doing this because he does, oh, actually, I thought this was the other guy who does the poisons. Oh, well. So basically, we're going to hex this guy, and then we're going to see what she can do. So now we're going to freeze him if he doesn't die in one hit, which he didn't. He's resisted. Now, this basically does the weakens, right? And we'll put on stuff if it doesn't weaken. So we're going to try and use that first, eh? So she got the brimstone on, and now he's frozen, and basically we can just revive. Now, I would probably get somebody in here who can do more of a shield thing. We don't need to remove any debuffs. And then we'll go back and try to find a team where it's useful. We'll put a shield up, because why not? And then we'll see how much damage her main attack does. There we go. So it spreads debuffs, which doesn't really help in this scenario. But hey, whatever. It worked, and you got to at least see what she does. Now let's go and see another fight. Let's see if there's a fight in here that we can actually do some stuff with. We don't want a Mithrala. We're going to try and stay away from that. but a good tank. This would be a good fight for it. So let's try this. So essentially, I don't think she's terrible in arena. I just don't think she's really set for it. I think a placeholder for her there's someone else better. You know what I mean for this fight. I don't think she's terrible though, and I definitely think you could use her. But as you can see, like there's not much need for it. But since these are not protected, we could use this, say to remove buffs. We could try that. Say so now they're all removed. So now anybody who does those, basically she's good for, I would say, for a go second team maybe, because then they're going to put up all their buffs and she'll come in and remove them. So now we're going to try and take this guy's turn meter down since he's the one who's not frozen. All right. And then we are going to put a shield up so nobody dies from Kale's hit, because we know we're going to get hit by it. Actually, we can steal his turn meter, but then he's going to get a chance to go. So maybe, yeah, whatever. Kale's the bigger threat, I think, at this point. So we'll do that, and then we'll take his turn meter down because they don't have a turn yet. And then we'll kill Kale. Always kill Kale first. And now we will use this to do the weaken and do some damage. See, like 15k damage. Not terrible. So now we can get a poison on him. Hopefully that's enough to kill him. When he goes, it was not. But there you go. Now all their turns are going to go. We're going to get a hex going. This guy's probably going to attack him, but we're going to go for her just because it spread the debuffs. We're going to try and heal him up a little because we are going to get hit with smite. Now maybe we can get a freeze on this guy. He's usually high resist. I didn't think so. We're going to keep it. We're not going to use the shield. There you go. He's dead. And now we can actually kind of do some stuff with him. See, I mean, she works. I'm not going to say she's bad. I'm not going to say she's like terrible in the arena. She's not a first round pick, but she's not bad. All right. And she definitely can help you get through some of these fights that are a little more annoying with some enemies that are probably a little bit more of a pain in the ass. Especially like Valkyries. There's definitely a bunch of people. She has the turn meter reduction, which also helps. That's actually a really good, little side thing for her, is that she can do a lot of turn meter reduction. So is she bad in the arena? No. Would I use her in the arenas personally? It depends on the team I'm fighting. That's it. Like she's one of those heroes I will bring in and out of the arena sometimes. That's what she is, and that's what she's good for. But she's not a first round pick, but she's good. All right. And if you need someone who can remove stuff from Valkyrie or any of these other annoying, what's that other schmuck that everyone hates? The one that puts the block damage up. I forgot his name. He's like the purple looking, like, I don't know. Either way, you know who I'm talking about. He does the counter attacks and all that other crap and block damage on the whole team. The one that he was a fusion. There you go. You'll know who I'm talking about when you see him. But either way, like stuff like that. Those are the kind of fights that Guurda will be good in. Now, as far as Clan Boss, can you use her in Clan Boss? Yes. Would I use her in there? I mean, she's got weakens. She's got a ton of poison, so she could be someone that you use in Clan Boss. I'm not saying she's bad in there, because to be honest, I don't even know. We haven't tried it. We beat Nightmare. Let's give her a shot and just kind of see. So normally I would bring her in, but we're going to bring in Guurda. All right. And see if that can help us. Now, he can explode poisons. And I'll be honest, this is actually the first time I've even considered bringing in Guurda. Like, I didn't even think to bring her in here as a clan boss champ. But with all the poisons and stuff and with the other chaos, she might actually end up being better than, I don't know. I don't know if she's better than Hydra, because Hydra has the team attack. But she's going to put up a lot more poisons, and she also has the Brimstone as well. So now we've got two heroes in here that are going to be using Brimstone, which means more chances for us to actually get that Brimstone hit and possibly get some damage up. So we never know. You never know what's going to happen here. This could be the team that we use. Look at that. All these poisons. Between Kale and her, you're going to have tons of stuff going on. She can remove the buffs. She's actually going to take the stuns, apparently, which is better because now Mithrala can keep going. And there we go. We got another smite off. So, I mean, if we can do more damage than the turn count, then I know it's going the right way. That's basically the way it is. So right now we're about 900 shy, but we're keeping it up. We're getting a lot of poisons. The attack up is on. So basically, Guurda can remove that, right? We'll find out. I don't know if that's unremovable. I don't know. See, debuff spread isn't going to be a big thing for here, but we do have poison sensitivity. And I think we're actually doing reasonable damage here. So she could be the one that she might be someone we bring in here. I don't know. We're about to find out. Watch, we'll find out. My best damage, I think, was 34 million with Hydra. Now, this is actually a green boss, so that could be something that helps us. I mean, we're actually holding our own with the damage here. We're usually about 1 million or 2 below, which, I mean, we're about 1.7. We'll see, because they have burst damage sometimes where they'll all get extra attacks. We'll get like counter attacks, things like that. We'll get a bunch of things exploded. If we could do a team where we have a second exploder, she might actually work out in here a little bit better because we can do we can have more poisons going and more destroying of them instead of like, stacking poisons where because you can't go past 10. So having more than 10 poisons in a fight essentially doesn't help you. This fight's going pretty well. I mean, I don't know what's good or bad honestly at this point. It looks reasonable, but it doesn't look amazing. Let's put it that way. Do I think they're going to beat my old damage score? Probably not, but you never know. Who knows in this game, right? Sometimes you just get lucky, and all of a sudden, everybody. Oh, there we go. See, we got another smite, which is going to help with the damage. Boom, 250k damage just randomly for smite is always good. Question is smite going to hurt us, right? Would another poison be better than a smite? Probably not. I don't think it will be. I think the smite is better. But it looks like we're getting a ton of poisons out. If we can keep, I think really, and we've said this before on when we're doing progression videos, we've said it. Like speed is really what this team needs. If I can get my speed up to where, even if I could speed up just Kale, like Dark Kale, that would explode more of these poisons and keep it so that I don't have poisons every single round. You know what I mean? I'll have spots where I can put more poisons up. Whereas right now we're maxing out how many poisons we have on the boss. See, right there, we would have had more poison. So I don't know. Maybe getting Kale a little bit faster so that we can actually explode those poisons might be a little more beneficial at this point. It isn't bad. I mean, we've run about 30 to 40 rounds, I think, with this team usually when I have Hydra in here. And Hydra usually dies pretty quickly. So if Guurda can survive longer, I feel like we can do more damage with her on the team now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm kind of excited to see how this goes because I've never done this. So imagine we get 40 million this time. That'd be crazy. If we get 40 million, I'm happy, man, because my goal in this clan boss thing is literally just to be able to one key not one key. Well, actually, yeah, one key nightmare, because then we can just auto it and not have to worry about clan boss ever again. Because we're not really considering spending our keys in ultra nightmare right now. We're going for time. We're not going for speed. I mean, we are going for speed. We're not going for. We don't need ultra nightmare. Like we don't need anything from it. We're not trying to get as many summons as possible. We're not trying to get as many books as possible. I get more than enough books from here. I mean, all my legendaries books are done. Like that's it. They're all done. Like all the ones I use. Could I use those books on some heroes in the vault? Sure, I could, but I'm not going to. We have uh Arix coming up soon. I always forget his name. He's that I think he's a Revenant also. I don't remember what he is. Or Undead. We can look at him. But either way, that guy's coming up soon, so we do have some books for that. But we don't really need this. That's the funny part. We're only 4 million down. That's not terrible from the actually, no, it's 5-ish. We'll see. Yeah, we're about 4 or 5 million down from the turn thing, which is reasonable, I think, at this point. Basically, 25 plus is a reasonable fight for me. Anything over 30 is normal for like when I'm having a good run. Over 30 million is good. I'm hoping they can at least hit the 30 mark. It would be very good for this. Watch, I just unlocked frickin'. If we unlock one key nightmare right now, I will literally jump out of my chair. I don't think we're going to, but you never know. Now, we could conceivably bring in. I think we've been trying out, some ally protect things like that. But unfortunately for this team specifically, we're more interested in doing a lot of damage quickly. We're not interested in prolonging it. So having an unkillable team for like this account or even a team that just lasts a long time, it doesn't really help me because it just makes the fights take forever. And the whole point is I don't want this running in the background. I just want it over and done. So we just try to do as much damage as fast as possible with our team rather than trying to extend the fight longer to do more damage. I mean, it would be nice if we could extend the fight a couple of rounds, but nothing like too much. I'd rather just speed up. That way we can do more damage in a shorter period of time. So I think speed is really where this team is going to start showing its colors and getting there to that to that 40 mil. And so far, she's surviving a lot longer. Guurda is surviving way longer than Hydra was at this point. But I think green is the weakness for her. So she's going to take a little more damage than everyone else, and she's going to get crit. So she probably will die. Pretty soon, actually. Yeah. Actually, that's not bad for where we're at. She took a half of health. That's not bad at all, actually. Did she even have any defense up? I didn't even see it. Yeah, we're going to have weaken up on this all the time. That was the big hit. I think if we do some speed and add some AoE damage reduction, that maybe add that to their gear sets, I think that might be what kind of puts us over the edge here. But it's looking pretty reasonable. See, yeah, we're getting to that point where, you know, it's getting bad. Let's put it that way. She's healed up. We need to get a shield and another heal on Apothecary so he doesn't die. A leech would be nice. We're about to get hit. Okay, there we go. About to say that was. Thank God we had that shield, right? All the poisons popping up. I mean, we're at 25. So basically, can you use her in Clan Boss? Yes, 100%. You can use her in Clan Boss. She's great for this. I would say you could, if you just got her, is she going to be better than the heroes that you currently own? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're doing a Mystery Shard only run, but yeah, you can definitely use her in here, and I would say it's a pretty good option. She's doing really well in here. I ain't mad at her. Let's put it that way. I would replace Hydra with her. I mean, just the weekends alone, and all the poison she's putting up. But like I said, the only downside here is that there's a lot of poison going on. So maybe there's some other option here. Maybe take one of the damage dealers out. I mean, even Kale, she puts up a lot of poisons, but Kale does bring a lot to this fight. We'll see how much damage they do. We'll look at the end and see who does more damage, Kale or Guurda. I think that's going to be the telltale, because then we could possibly just bring Guurda in instead and try to figure out a way to maybe keep people alive longer, even though it goes against everything I like to do. I'd rather just do more damage. It's a fine line between trying to figure out how many poisons you can get up versus too many poisons where you're just bringing in extra poisons that don't need to be there. You know what I mean? All right, so now Mithrala is taking the brunt of the attacks. So we're definitely going to hit 30. So this wasn't a bad run at all. I ain't mad at it. There we go. 30 million. Right at the last second. Boom. So, yeah, can you use her? Sure. She did 5.9, Kale did 12. So she's nowhere near Kale. So there you go. But I think with the right tuning, this team could do the 40 million. You would just have to really build them correctly. But Hydra is really good at damaging and bringing up extra people to attack, which also increases their attack. So you never know. Now his damage might have gone up just because of having all those extra poisons. You know what I mean? So that could be inflated just because of that. But yeah, Dark Kale is a monster in Clan Boss. So I think we're just going to end up keeping him. But there you go. That's Clan Boss. Can you use her? I think we're just going to show you her where she's good. And that's in here also. All right, Hydra is another place that we can use her. We have 2 days left on here. We'll go in, battle. I don't remember what my last team was, but we definitely bring her. We definitely bring... Who do we bring? We bring you. We bring Guurda. Oh, wait, we have Guurda. I'm trying to think who we brought. Mithrala. Who else do we bring in here? I want to say her. And I want to say... All right, so let's walk through it. So we've got speed. All right, we've got removal of buffs. We've got removal of our debuffs on both of these heroes. Then we bring in her as our extra reviver. So these are our revivers. She can also remove stuff from the guy, and then we've got Drex as our burner. There we go. I always have to talk it out. So there you go. Now we've got our team, and yes, it's all legendaries and Spirit Host. It's funny because it works, and that's the good part. We'll see how this fight goes. I feel like we always do dungeons. You can use her in dungeons. You can obviously see how she's going to be good in a dungeon with removing of buffs and poisoning and all that other crap and the weakens. There's a lot of things that she's going to be able to do. We're not going to touch anything this time. We're just going to let it run auto and see how it goes. I'm not too concerned about the damage here. We'll see if they can kind of handle things. But we've been using her in this fight. We've been using her in Hydra almost all the time now, and she rocks. Like she really does do a lot in here that some other heroes might not do. Ryan's a pretty good hero from the Doom Tower that you could bring in here also, but Guurda just kind of ups the ante with the extra stuff with the removals and the poisons and the weakens and all the other stuff. Hey, look at this. She's just going to remove crap and be like, screw you. And then you've got your secondary here with Arbiter, who's going to come in and basically do the same thing. There we go. It'd be nice if they could petrify themselves, right? Really, the Hex is good for the extra damage that we're going to do. Because now everyone's going to take damage. And having extra people who can constantly remove all the crap they throw on us. Say, you've got Spirit Host who can remove it. There's Gator that can remove debuffs. You've got Mithrala that can remove debuffs. Who else? Guurda can do it. So yeah, she works really well on this team. And eventually you just kind of start stacking debuffs on the whole team. It's really once we start seeing people getting swallowed that things start going the wrong way. It's the one part about this fight that I hate is people getting swallowed. All right, look at that. We got a stun. All right, so Guurda got 8. Guurda got Aiden. Guurda's the Edith. If you can get a bunch of HP burns, though, it actually works out well because then they just keep lighting on fire, and eventually you'll just get that freaking stupid thing off. We have a reasonable amount of AoEs in here that can do enough damage, and having the Hex up is a big help here because then all the damage you do to everyone else kind of transfers onto certain heroes, which is nice too. A lot of buff stealing going on here. We need Guurda back. Guurda needs to come back to the fold. There we go. I thought that was going to be enough. There we go. That should be it. Nope. We got a smite, though, so that's good. There we go. Barf up. Barf Guurda back up. They really don't like Spirit Host, huh? They're like, it's funny. They know that she is a formidable rare. But as you can see, it's working. All right. Like they're doing their job. Take it off there. They're doing the job they need to do. And that's the point here. Now, really, realistically, the only thing we're really missing here is an effective provoke. Like Drex is good on provoke, but we don't have his accuracy up as high as it should be. We were using him for other things. So getting his accuracy up would be a good idea, but unfortunately, we just don't have it yet. Now, that's a lot of debuffs right there. I like that. See, this is where Guurda's going to really start to show her skin. You have burns from my boy over there. Who got eaten? Oh, Arbiter got eaten. All right, she's back. She's back in black. All right, there goes her. Well, we have 2 revivers, so it's okay. They're going to remove all that crap. There you go. All right, and Spirit Host is back to hang out. It's a lot of poisons and burns going on right now, so these fights are long. But that's why I think this is really where I think she's going to show her potential a little bit more, is on these kinds of fights that are like these more high-end fights where you're not going to, because like I said, I could show her in dungeons all day. It's not going to really help you in a sense that like to show you what she's capable of. I think the dungeons are good. You can beat any of the dungeons with her. I don't think you're going to have a problem with her. She's more for the waves, for just poisoning them and weakening them. But yeah, that's great for the dragon. You can use her in dragon. I think that's probably the best place that I would say she's good for. Spider, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. You know, especially even in hard mode, definitely not, because she's not going to do the damage you want her to do. But dragon, definitely. Even Ice Golem, if you want to like whittle his HP down, I mean, I could see that as an option with the weakens, depending on the team you have. Nope, back to this crap. And then, did I click that? I can't see it. It's hard to see in this fight. It really is. What's going on? There we go. I couldn't see if it was up or not. They should really make it so that we're a little bit lower. But as you can see, this fight could last a while. I mean, I don't know what's a lot of rounds. And to be honest, I never watched this. So this is the first time I'm actually watching it. I'm curious how long the video is now. 24 minutes? That's not bad. We'll I usually try to keep these to like 20, 30 minutes tops. Honestly, they're usually between 15 and 20 minutes, but um, this one specifically, I think you guys need to see more of what she can do because she is a formidable opponent to the Hydra. And as you can see, like just having her on this team is making it so you can see all the debuffs that are popping up. She's throwing out poisons like crazy. She's giving weakens, which is making them not so strong. She's basically removing all the crap off of them and off of you. Yeah, it's having multiple heroes in Hydra that can remove debuffs and remove buffs from the enemy is a super huge help, and we'll definitely start getting you guys a little bit more. Look at that, heads dropping. We're actually getting kills. So you're starting to see. I mean, this is crazy to me. I mean, we really hate Hydra. Like we're the anti-Hydra account basically. Nope, she's eating my dude. There we go. We'll see if how much damage we can really pull out here. The best we've ever done, I believe, was 9 million. I think that's the best this team has ever done. But we'll see. And it's good because it kind of gives you guys an idea of how long the game itself is telling you to wait in order to get a reasonable team for Hydra. Like it's giving you the team you need. Like Mithrala is given to you by fighting Hydra every time. You only need Drex to get through Hydra and get the first box to start collecting for Mithrala. So Drex is really the key to that part if you don't have anyone else that you pulled. Mordecai is obviously good. Artix is good. There's bunch of different heroes you can use in here, but Drex is the key because if you can light these guys on fire, you're going to start seeing your damage pop up a lot more than trying to come in here with attack because the HP burns are just going to constantly pop off on the boss and give you tons of damage. Did we lose someone? I don't know if I thought we clicked it. Did we lose him? I wasn't paying attention. Who was over here? Who did we lose? Spirit Host. Did they eat her? I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. That's bad. Losing Spirit Host isn't good. It's probably the best one we could have lost, but still not good. That's going to slow us down a bit. But either way, like even if I turn this fight off right now, like I know you guys want to see it, so I'm going to let it run. But I'm just saying, even if I turn it off right now, you're at least seeing what she can do and how this kind of works. All right, and how she can benefit you in any wave. So if she can handle Hydra, she can handle waves within Doom Tower. We use her on our main team. Our main team, honestly, for Doom Tower is essentially what you're looking at right now outside of Drex. So I think the only thing we change here is your Carl comes in because he's a master of freezes and turn meter manipulation. So we bring him in as our lead with the attack. And then you've got this basically exactly what the team is right here that you're seeing with your Carl is my Doom Tower fight. And they basically take care of everything. They can remove, they can resurrect, they can, you know, add weakens, they can give poisons, they do freezes, they do stuns, they do everything, hexes. It's all kinds of stuff. We also bring in Cleo. Cleo's another one that's really good for that kind of stuff. All right, we didn't lose Drex, right? Did we lose Drex? I don't even know what's going on right now. Either way, like I said, it doesn't matter. We're just going to see how they do. That's the whole point. We just want to see what happens. So Drex is our main damage dealer now. So if he is gone now, because like I said, I usually honestly just put this on auto and never touch it. Like I don't look at it. I don't mess with it. I just kind of let it go. But the goal here really is to get a 1 key, right? And losing Drex might have cost us that 1 key. I don't know if she's going to handle the damage output by herself. You know what I mean? Even the poisons aren't going to really do too much. I mean, any way you slice it, I'm keeping this fight, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if they lose or not. We actually did a run with, I forgot who we brought in here. It was Lock Wayne on a secondary team, and they put up 7 million, so it wasn't that bad. But every time there's a different head, it changes the strategy a bit. So there are some things missing from this team based on the heads that are up right now. So either way, I'll take a 5 million, a 5 million fight. It means that I have a box, and that's all that matters to me. We just like getting the box and getting our summon. But they're holding their own here. They're doing their job. We've got Unkillable. course, she always uses her resurrect. I think it's like a meme. She uses her resurrect at the wrong times all the time. And now Arbiter's going to die. So Gerda was the last. I don't know if I want to say woman standing. I don't know what she is. The last Ogren standing. There you go. And there she goes. She dies. 5.7, not terrible. But yeah, she put up 1.2 million, but Drex is just a monster. If he didn't die, yeah, he usually puts up around 4 or 5 million damage in here. So that's where all the extra damage comes from. So either way, this team worked really well. Gerda's great on it. I have no problem with her. We use her every single week on it. We're going to keep that result because why not? There's no reason to not do it. So we did get an advanced quest finish, so that's good. I mean, that's really it for her. I mean, you can use her in any dungeon that you need someone who can remove things and poison things, and any boss she's good for, even though she's not good for she's not good for raw damage against bosses. She's like Kale. How Kale can just constantly poison the dragon to death, and that's how you get through it. Well, guess what? You bring her and you bring Kale with you, and you've got a winning team. I'm not even talking about Dark Kale. We're literally just talking about basic Kale. So basic Kale and her together, you can poison a dragon to death and keep the weaken on him so he doesn't do as much damage to you. And there you go. You got tons of damage. You're not going to be able. She can remove some of the crap that the dragon throws on you, which is a bonus. And I think anyone who has her should build her and use her. I don't think she's a vault hero in any way. Anyone who tells you that means is somebody who either has spent a lot of money on this game or has been playing for a really long time. That's it, because they have much better heroes than Gerda. But if you are not one of those people, Gerda is an awesome hero, and I would build her immediately to help you get through some of the more dangerous hard mode. If you're not in hard mode Doom Tower by the time you get her, then maybe she's not a priority. But she could help you get through hard mode. So there you go. All right, we are now on stage 50. We did that in the last progression video. So we are on stage 50 in hard mode Doom Tower as of this rotation. So she is one of the people that got us through to that. So yes, we love her, and she is great. If you have any questions about this strangely attractive, yeah, I don't know. It's a face only a Gerda could love. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, any places that you use her maybe that you want to tell everyone, feel free to leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you guys. It's great to see what you guys do with the heroes that we have here on the channel and which ones work with other teams that maybe I can't use because we only do the mystery shards. So there are going to be limitations on my account, but you do not have any limitations. And as always, like, share, subscribe. You help the channel grow. All right, we do the live show every single week. This week will be Wednesday. Feel free to drop by. We're on the road to 2,000 subs. We're almost there. We're at 1942, I believe, as of this video recording. So hopefully by the time you guys see it, we'll be at like almost 2,000. All right, so this is Guurda Bogbrew, the sexiest hero in the game. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.